I have some explaining to do. Why is the MR2 in pieces? The MR2 busted its cells out. Oh, just a little bit. I'm in the progress of fixing that. So I've ended up taking off the whole front end. So these fenders come off. So as you can see, there's been some sprayage up in there where there's been rust, and that's what I've been doing. Oh, come on, focus. So I've just been kind of fixing it all up. So yeah, I've been wire wheeling stuff down, and I've been using some ye old crusty boy, some rust remover. It's some really weird stuff. It's kind of gloopy. So I've wire wheeled it, like, say if I find something like this, wire wheel it back to bare metal, put that gloopy stuff on, and then spray it. So I got some Halford's anti-rust primer, which has zinc in it, so it stops it from, well, it helps the rust process. Just been spraying it black, just to have this from doing the pillars in the Yaris, A, B and C pillars, the plastic ones. Then I chuck some clear on it after. So this is going to be a little video of me cleaning up stuff like that. If it focus, yes. I'll just be cleaning up stuff like that today. Nothing too much interesting. Got little bits of it. Just loads of little bits like that. Just helps it. And then, yeah. So the plans with the MR2 right now is, obviously it's in a bit of a bad state. Good noise. I'll step back into the garage. I've just kind of been taking off every bolt as it's needed. So I'm trying to get to the back. Turn up the white balance for you. So engine wise, it's all fine. I did like the timing belt and everything like that when I first ever got the car. So inside as well, let me just squeeze you in. I've had the centre console out of it, which you can't really see because there's not much light in there, and the Panasonic G7 is not that good at light. I had the heater controls for the climate controls, should I say. Had them all out, and been putting like LEDs in and stuff. Been trying to find all these little panels around here as well, because they were all painted when I first got them. So that's original. The one behind the steering wheel is original now. I just need to get that one and a cover for the ashtray, but I'm doing not too bad. So in the engine, why this cover's off, it's because there's a shift linkage clip out just now, so I need to get that back in. So one of the annoying things about this car when I got it was that somebody's obviously been in and changed the headlight bulbs, and these used to move around like this. So all that is held on by is 4 bolts, so 1 bolt, 2 bolt there, 3 bolt, and a 4th bolt here. So on this other side, they were all snapped and broken, so I got away with that one quite easily. So I just drilled them out, tapped it, and put a new bolt in there, and it's pretty good. But on this side we have these guys here, which are a mega pain. Very annoyingly, I couldn't find the wrench, but I did get this, so I can show you what I mean. So when you try to turn that, as you can see, that also spins inside. So I need to figure out a way of either just completely drilling out this bowl or snapping it off. But as you can see, I don't want to damage these upper upper lids, so I need to grab that somehow and stop it from spinning. So yeah, I'm just going to go through little bits and bobs. I'm going to get changed first, I'm going to move this old exhaust, which annoyingly is snapped at the flanges, so I can't use it anymore. So it just kind of sits around these days. So I was just thinking about it, I probably should start on this first. So that's what we're going to do, because this needs to get like de-rusted. And there's a couple of processes where you have to wait a couple of minutes, so it's the perfect time to do all of that stuff. So yeah, I'll get going. Alright, so I got that all kind of sanded back, and as you can see, if I zoom in, there's still some kind of like rust little pit marks. So because the wire wheel doesn't really get into that well, I've put all that stuff all around there. And I've also done the inside, but I'm not going to touch it because I'm going to let that do its job. So that usually takes around about 20 to half an hour. So I'm just going to leave it to do its stuff now, and I'm going to try and figure out these guys. So I generally think my best move here is to grab this with a pair of maul grips and then drill it out. There's not really any way of me getting a hold of that guy. I'll keep spinning around. This side I've got a better chance, but there's just, if you can see that little tab there, there's just nothing to grab that with. So we've got another drill bit that came back, and this is now ready to paint, so I'm going to use the anti-rust proof primer from Off Rods. Going to go ham on it. So I'm not too fussed how this comes out, because it really doesn't matter for me right now, because it's just, I'm going to get this whole car resprayed at some point, but this is just a little to keep it going. So as I said, I'm really not that fussed about what it looks like. It's just got to keep it going for right now. So yeah, let that dry. Get started back to the lights. We now have successfully got the lid off, and now we just need to drill these out and put a threaded rivet in it, because that's the choice that I'm going to go with. Oh, too close to focus. There we go. Sorry, my shaking hands. Yeah, I probably should have got something to eat whilst I was back in the house, but yeah, that's probably the first time that lid's been off in a few years. Cool, let's get this done. And just like that, it's off. There's the culprit that's been on there for probably a good couple of years. I can't believe it. Brilliant. Let's go get the pop rivet gun. So I thought I would just fire one straight in, see what it was like. The M5 fitted good, which is good because then it corresponds to the tapped holes over here. And it seems to have a pretty good damn hold on that. Yeah, I really cannot, I can't fault that one bit. So yeah, let's get this other side done. Just gonna do that, and I'll show you the pop rivet fitting. Okay, let's try that again. And then I'll show you the pop riveting. P90 for the win. Bosh. Just like that. It's almost off. There we go. Just give that a nice wee clean. A little bit of a ream with the drill. There we go. what you do with the pop rivet gun is you thread the little insert onto the end of this, which is has a threaded end right up to there. So when you squeeze it, it pulls the threaded insert, and this bit here, which is probably really hard to see because I've not got the white balance set up, crushes and gets thicker and then gets jammed in the hole. So that's why when you put this in the hole, give that a good old squeeze, give it a wee bit of a tighten. That'll do it. Thread that out. Well, bing bang. You have just installed a threaded insert. As you can see, perfect. It's a little bit off square, but I mean, it'll do. Yeah. So I'm just going to do this last one, which might be a bit of a bugger because I might not be able to grab him as well. I'm going to have to play around with that. So I must be winning at life today because that one came out, focus, with barely any drilling. It was spinning around that much and it was starting to flex, so I was just like, oh bugger it. Yeah, so I ended up just pulling it out, and well, look at that. Rusty. Now, to prevent these from rusting in the future, I have a big old tub of the good stuff. Copper grease, yep, or copper ease. So I'm going to be dipping all my bolts into them before I put the bolts into the new threads, and that way they'll always come out. So I'm going to call it the end of the day now. So I got that on, I've got it a little bit adjusted, but I've just realised over on this guy right here, something that, I'm going to say this, something that people don't realise about pop-ups. They're brilliant, yes, they're amazing, but it's, they have to be aligned so much. Like the bonnet here isn't very like well aligned for these, because as you can see, well, maybe you can't. Maybe you can. It's been scraping up against there, all the way up and down there. So I'm gonna have to readjust everything at some point. Maybe even take the bonnet off and do that. But I mean, that'll be happening if and when it gets painted. Fingers crossed, it will. I kinda. So for the if and when of when it gets painted, my dad does a lot of painting, so I'm tempted to get him to do it. But at the same time, you can ask Toyota to do it. I think that's just the right thing to do, really. I mean, it's got to look good, and plus it also comes with a warranty, whereas my dad would be the warranty for it if I got it done by him. But it's coming back together now. I even got to painting these, but I've just ran out of black paint, and for all I could just cover it up, and that I'm not going to bother. I'm going to go get some paint tomorrow and finish that, and then fire that back on. Wow, I say fire it back on. I've still got those two little. If I've seen something again, guys. Still got those two little bits at the bottom here to deal with. But I can get those done tomorrow. I can do the exact same thing. I can actually get the car to a stage where I could bring it outside and then do it. We're getting focus, so you got something nice to look at. So I could actually bring the car out, get it up on jacks, and then do it, because well, try fit one of those underneath a car. But yeah. So that would mean that I could actually probably and most likely go for a drive in it before it goes off the road, because I need to get the sills welded on it again. This has already had sills done, but it's poked on through. I think I'll get that done after the MOT. I just don't see the point, because if I'm going to get it done, then I might as well get every other bit of the rust done, and then that requires me actually stripping it all, what I'm doing right now, to figure out what actually needs done. So yeah, a bit of work, but I mean, you know, it's a old car. It's a 25-year-old this year. Yeah, so I'm gonna leave it at that. If you've enjoyed this is just literally me figuring out how this new camera works, because I actually went out and bought myself a Panasonic G7. So yeah, just kind of following Sean. But I mean, I really like the camera. It's small, which is apparently not good for low light, but I mean, we can deal with that when that comes. I am carrying a big massive light just in case I need to light everything, but it's been an alright day. But yeah. Right, okay, so I'm gonna get this place tidied up so there's none of this, and then I'm gonna go home and get some dinner because I am absolutely Hank Marvin. So I don't really know how to finish off this video, but I mean, yeah, this it's just a test, bro. But yeah, I guess bye.